Is there a campaign against Ellen DeGeneres in the industry? It seems like the whole world is out there to expose the celebrity's true colors, and boy, they don't look that bright and shiny. Apparently, this beloved TV icon keeps making headlines and facing a heap of criticism from basically everyone. Her former employees, fellow celebrities, and they all say one thing: Ellen DeGeneres is a cold and calculating villain with a piece of ice instead of heart. But how did she downgrade from the industry darling into the pariah? Well, I'm here to spill all the details of this trauma. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. I keep my eyes on the most discussed events in show business and always bring you the hottest updates. So unless you live under the rock, you probably know about Ellen DeGeneres, one of the most famous media personalities in the country. The list of her achievements is so long that I probably may need another video to enumerate them all, but most people know her, of course, for her daytime television talk show, which, by the way, got Ellen 25 Emmy Awards. So you can see, it's been an amazing journey for Ellen, even considering the fact that it wasn't easy to climb up the ranks. So yeah, nothing seemed to be wrong with her life until the moment she was slapped with sensational allegations about the toxic culture at her workplace. Well, fame and success are hard to maintain, and I have witnessed many times with other celebrities, money can truly change you and turn you into another person. So, when Ellen became the host of the syndicated daytime talk show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, she reached a brand new level of success, which apparently, as many people noticed, turned the lovely woman into a monster. She has been entertaining America for 19 seasons, even longer than Wendy Williams has been on TV. But a couple of years ago, Ellen's image of a kind and talkative person crumbled, and the real story about her toxic nature surfaced. In 2020, 11 people who worked for Ellen and were participating in making her show collectively accused the icon of daytime TV in creating a culture of fear on set. And while Ellen herself has always been advocating for kindness and treating each other fairly, and has even become her signature phrase, apparently she doesn't follow her own advice, since so many people accused her of allowing horrible and despicable things on set to happen. Ellen's former employees described how impossible it was to work in the toxic workplace, and one of them even described the experience of working with Ellen as a culture of racism, fear, and intimidation. Some of the former employees claimed they were fired after taking bereavement time off for family emergencies. Others cited repeated incidents of managers making racist comments. As one person who decided to stay anonymous said, "That be kind bullsh. Only happens when the cameras are on. It's all for show." And it would be surprising coming from one or two people, but when you get a collective exposure from the whole crowd, well, I guess many of Ellen's fans started to question their love and devotion to this talk show host. And you know, in 2020, such an accusation coming from one person was already a serious thing. But all Ellen said in her defense was something like, "So sorry. Guys, had no idea you're being harassed when the cameras aren't rolling." Well, in fact, in stated, obviously something changed, and I am disappointed to learn that this has not been the case. And for that, I am sorry. Obviously, being very sorry wasn't enough to save the face, and as soon as the rumors hit the headlines, the show tumbled hard, losing ratings, celebrity bookings, and advertisers. Fellow celebrities joined the anti-Ellen campaign, and it seems like the exposure from ex-employees was only the beginning. Comedian Kevin T. Porter called DeGeneres the meanest person alive on his Twitter, saying, "Right now, we all need a little kindness." You know, like Ellen DeGeneres always talks about, she's also notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean. A thread quickly went viral, and with numerous users shared alleged instances of DeGeneres bullying, which has apparently long been an open secret in the industry. Although it weren't only ordinary people who felt uncomfortable in Ellen's presence. Some celebrities seem to have had hard times on set when having a conversation with her. Like, who could forget the cringe-worthy interview with Dakota Johnson? Or Mariah Carey saying that Ellen violated the common courtesy and empathy that's granted to women who worry about miscarriage in the early months of their pregnancies. Well, it was 2008, and if you don't know, DeGeneres needled the singer to prematurely reveal her pregnancy, which, unfortunately, later resulted in miscarriage. And if this happened more than 15 years ago and still plagues Mariah's life, I guess more stories from fellow celebrities are about to pop up, and Ellen may pack her stuff and hide in the deepest cave of shame from the backlash that's coming. It seems like this be kind motto is Ellen's own way to justify the mean things she was doing on set. And the main thing is that she never felt she was doing something wrong when she basically throws people under the bus, neglects their feelings, and never ever accepting any responsibility for her toxic behavior. As one person wrote, you could see her nasty side when she was playing her games. There was a bit of evil each time they lost and she dropped them or threw something at them. And another fan added, Ellen showed too much joy while abusing her game show contestants. Giant red flag. The crazy look in her eyes when she'd pull a lever or push a button to torture her victims showed true sadism. I bet her wife has stories. Well, it feels like Ellen's life is full of enough cringe-worthy stories to make the scandalous headlines every day for the rest of her life. I wonder why some celebrities think that their status and money can justify such atrocious things, and it's not even Ellen's double-faced nature that makes me question the industry's level or normality. But the first exposure triggered many others and many secrets, or maybe not even secrets, because according to Ellen, everything was okay and quite normal. So anyway, many other stories showing the talk show's host evil side surfaced. Chris Farah accused DeGeneres of almost having her fired from a restaurant because the celebrity didn't like her nails. As the victim wrote on her Twitter, "I worked at Real Food Daily, served her a Porsche at brunch. She wrote a letter to the owner. The owners complained about my chipped nail polish. Not that it was on her plate, but just that it was on her plate, but just that it was on my hand. I had worked till closing the night before, almost got me fired." Farah also told the media that she was previously a fan of DeGeneres and had watched both her talk show and the sitcom growing up. There were multiple horrible reports about this queen of kindness, stating that she fired an autistic janitor because he had the nerve to approach the queen and even attempt to talk to her. It's been almost 2 years since the beginning of this drama, but the news and allegations aren't dying down. The more stories I hear popping up on social media, the more cringe I get, guys. It looks like Ellen loves to play a TV diva and has always considered herself invincible because of the status and the money she was making. It was even stated that coming to the set, she was picking a person and was deliberately mean to him or her throughout the entire day. Now I wonder, does Ellen has another 19 years of her life to make her apologies and say, "I'm sorry to everyone she had wronged in the past"? Because so far, all her words sound fake and not genuine, as if she is saying them to save her image and the show. At some point, she even justified her mean behavior by saying that she's a living person who has negative feelings as everyone else in the world.
I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient.
It most certainly feels like Ellen failed to create that atmosphere of kindness she has been advocating for and couldn't even maintain being kind herself. Her lack of responsibility, or maybe her toxic nature, resulted in so many wrong actions and inappropriate conversations that deeply hurt hundreds of people she had interacted with. And the worst part of this story is that she never even attempted to deny those rumors, thus kind of confirming them. Every time something bad happened, she pretended that she didn't expect such an outcome, and I wonder why she was able to get away with so many atrocities for years. Every scandal was swept under the rug, and Ellen was back in the spotlight, enjoying primetime, the love of the audience, and money. But this toxic fairy tale couldn't last forever, and the brave ex-employees who had started all this probably contributed to the end of this nightmare for many other people. The Ellen DeGeneres once famous and iconic show was canceled after almost 20 years on air. It was truly the end of an era, and many people have been growing up with Ellen worshiping her. Apparently, some ideals will be ruined for her multiple fans because, boy, the amount of criticism the queen of kindness is surrounded at the moment is beyond anything imaginable, and everyone can see her true colors after all. As one fan wrote, "It was so obvious that she is a mean bee. All you have to do is look at how she treated her guests, celebrities, many of whom clapped back. Some of those interactions are so offensive as to be cringe. One could easily imagine what she did with people who worked for her." And here's another opinion. I don't know what makes people think that someone is a kind person based on a persona they play on television. As I guess many people, including A-list celebrities, are relieved that Ellen's mask of kindness has finally fallen and revealed her true nature. And if karma truly exists, apparently, DeGeneres gets everything back for her actions in the past. And what do you reckon? Did Ellen deserve such a backlash for all the hurt she had caused? Or is this another attempt of the industry to cancel a good person? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other video about celebrity scandals. There's no day in show business without a new drama popping up. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Stay tuned, and I promise to be back very soon with more updates on what's going on in the industry